Welcome back to the Den of Tools. Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the Den of Tools. And today we're here to talk about something that Harbor Freight has been lacking for some times. It's one of the things that I've said many a times that they need to get on the ball with. They need to bring this to the table if they want to run with the big boys. In fact, it's one of the things you guys have complained about it. In fact, in my good, bad, and ugly of Harbor Freight, it was one of the worst items. I said, this is something they gotta fix. If they want to do it right, they gotta do it, and that is parts. They need to come up with a real parts department. Now, I've also said that my contacts at Harbor Freight have told me they know this. They get it. They've heard you all. They're working on it as fast as they can. My expectation was we wouldn't see this until about this time next year. You know, at least we knew that they were working on it, right? Well, looks like sooner rather than later is going to be the rule on this. Yep. In fact, I covered this in my recent community post when I talked about it, but I decided it needed its own video. So here we have a message here from Eric, the co-founder here. I'll try and link to it. As I said, it's on the community page if you want to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read the part that's important here. He says, our customers have been telling us that they would appreciate having access to more replacement parts. Yeah, understatement of the year. Anyway, he says, well, you asked for it and we listened. You know, he's really good about that. I know I sound like a fan bear and all that, but let's be honest. How many companies out there do you hear that, you know, or do you ever see that actually listen to their customers and make changes? And Harbor Freight seems to do that. Anyway, I'll get to it. Well, you asked, we listened, and I'm pleased to report that we have dramatically increased the number of parts now in stock and plan to double the amount by early 2020. Not late, early 2020. Stocking parts in our warehouse allows us to ship them to you quickly as possible so you can put your tools back into service and get them back to work. This is great. Then he goes on to say, you know, this is, you know, we're going to have all these different parts and you can get your tools back working and stuff. He says a current list of available replacement parts can be found on their website, and we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. Also, he says that in the near future, parts will be available for order directly from the website. Right now, you have to call in, which is common with a lot of places, but you'll be able to order parts directly from the website. That's going to be a game changer. That's going to be a huge deal. But anyway, let's take a look at some of these parts. But, okay, before we jump into that, I do have to give a big shout out, big thanks to today's sponsor. Sponsor of today's video is Jeff King, my pet human here. He's the author of this book here, The Home Distillers Workbook, your guide to making moonshine, whiskey, vodka, rum, and so much more. We've been talking about it a lot lately because it makes a great Christmas gift. You know, there's only, a paw full of days left, well, a couple pawfuls of days left until Christmas. And, I know the shopping gets tough, and we all have that one or two, people on our shopping list. They're just terrible to shop for. They got everything they want. What are you going to get them? Well, get them a copy of the Home Distillers Workbook. That's a gift that keeps on giving, doesn't it? Anyway, you can get your copy. There's a link down in the video description down on Amazon. It ships via Amazon Prime, so they can get it to your door in no time flat. Anyway, let's jump into it, shall we? So here we go. Here is the website with all the stuff we were talking about. They've got, it's harborfreight.com/parts. I'll try to remember to put a link to it, but it's easy enough to find. Anyway, if you go there now, they talk about the 6 steps here. We got to download the parts list, find your item, find the part number, call to order. If you don't see it, they have I love this. Even if we don't have stock replacement parts in our warehouse, we can special order parts for many brands. Download the special order parts list. How great is that? Check back frequently. If you don't see the parts you're looking for, check again soon. We are constantly expanding the availability of our parts list. Now remember, this just started out, so there's not going to be a ton of parts out there, but we're going to see what there is. One thing I do want to say is when you're ordering, make sure you've got the right SKU number for the item you have. Harbor Freight seems to like to do this. They deal with factories that can't produce enough products for what they need, so they'll deal with 2 or 3 factories, and they'll have a slightly different SKU number, usually off by 1 item. Make sure that your SKU matches up with the item that you're ordering, okay? Now, that said, let's take a look at some of these. I'm going to just do some highlights. We're not going to go through the entire list. It's actually fairly long. But some of the key things that I know that you guys have said to me, hey, Bear, I want to see parts for this. And the first thing is U.S. General. One of the things I've heard people complaining about specifically is the key lock on the mechanics cart, the 5 drawer. And here we've got U.S. Mechanic or U.S. General 30-inch 5-drawer. This says black, but this, for this it's going to be the same. But they have some color matching parts, so you're going to want to go through if you're ordering a specific part that's going to have a color to it. But we've got the gas strut, the finger latch, the lock and key set that runs $12.77. There you go. There's your replacement. Drawer slide set, locking swivel casters and fixed casters. The drawer slides, that's the most notorious thing on any cabinet, not just the Harbor Freight cabinet, any cabinet in a shop that's going to go bad. It's your drawer slide set, and you can get a set here for all of $16. You gotta love that. Now let's keep going. The Icon, I got to talk about Icon. They sent me that big Icon toolbox, and I love it. A lot of you said, hey, I'd be interested in investing in that, but I got to know that there's parts out there. It does come with a lifetime warranty, though. But should you need them, you got the lock assembly, the front outlet, the fixed casters, the locking swivel casters, the cabinet slide pair, the power cord, the drawer power strip, the M8x65 handle bolts, the slide screws, the handle, and also we've got some of the drawers. These are the 14-inch by 30 by 3/4 inch wide drawers. So these are the drawers not in the central bank, but the narrower drawers off to the side. And you've got the 4x3/8 and the 6x3 inch drawers. They're going to run you $25 or $28 to replace. How do you like that? That is just incredible. Now, the last one I want to talk about is I want to talk about the Hercules stuff, because the two of the items there that I'm a big fan of from Hercules is my favorite. They sent me this almost a year ago. It's the first item Harbor Freight ever sent me for review, and that is the 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. And here we can see you can get the stationary fence, or you can get the complete fence assembly, the short drive belt, the long drive belt, the trigger switch, the lower guard set, the dust bag, or the clamp set. Now let's be honest, the clamp is like the easiest thing that you're going to lose. The most likely thing that's ever going to break on these is the trigger or the belts. So here you have your most likely items, your top culprits, if you will, and you can order them right here. You got to call. You can't order them through the website just yet. And then down below that, two down, we've got the 15 amp compact job site miter saw. And we got a whole bunch of stuff. Fixed foot, spindle, lock handle, wrench, riving knife, extension table, lock lever, adjustable foot assembly, guard assembly, height adjustment knob, power switch assembly, arbor assembly, pawl assembly, and the guide assembly. All of these you can order directly through Harbor Freight. A lot of you have been saying, hey, I don't want to invest in something. Yeah, sure. Both of these come with, I know that the 12-inch sliding miter saw still comes with a 1-year warranty. They were offering it on the job site saw. Not sure if it still comes with it. You might have to buy it separately. But still, even past that time, here you go. You got the parts that you need. It's hard to say that Harbor Freight isn't listening to the customers at this point. In fact, I would challenge you to come up with another company that listens to their customers as much. I realize I sound like a bit of a fan bear, but I got to say, and especially when it comes to Eric, I know they make fun of me over there about this, but you know what it is he runs a company the way I would want to run a company. If I was a CEO of a company like that, I would be like, no, we got to listen to the customers first. The customers, they're the ones that are buying the stuff. If they say they don't want it, don't give it to them. If they say they do want it, we need to find a way to make that happen. And Eric's just the CEO he's the only one I know that's actually doing that. So big props to him for stepping up and being that kind of person and running a company the way that we think we want to see all American companies run. Anyway, that's all we got as far as that's concerned. I want to say thanks again to our sponsor, aka us, the Home Distillers Workbook. Remember, links down below. Also want to say, hey, thanks for everyone who showed up for Sunday Night Tool Talk Live. We talk tools, tech, family, business every Sunday. This is an every week kind of thing. Any Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, you can tune in. We go for about 3 hours or longer, depending on how lively the chat is. You can tune in, you can ask questions, or you can just hang out. And I said, we talk about tools, we talk about tech and family. We talk about all sorts of stuff. If you got questions, just feel free to post them in there, and we'll get to it. We do get a little backlog. There's a lot of people in the chat, and let's be honest, some of them are chattier than others. But yeah, it's probably me. Anyway, we hope to see you there. Also, I say a big thank you to anyone who's bought any of our approved, DeBear merch here. I gotta say, I really love it when you guys buy some of this and you send us a picture. If you get any of this, my email is red@denatools.com. We'd be happy if you send it to us. I'm gonna put it on here and highlight it on the channel. Love showing you guys, with your Denatools merch. That's awesome. Anyway, that's all the bear has for you. Remember, Christmas is coming. Make sure you're not waiting till the last minute. Also, stay safe out there in the malls. They can get a bit crazy. You all take care. God bless. Have a Merry Christmas. And as always, shine on.